Hi, everyone. Welcome to the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, Carrie. Welcome, John. Thank you for being here.
Howdy, hey.
Today's been quite the eventful day. It's been a little bit, it's been one of those days.
The last 30 minutes before the stream was interesting.
It's always right before the chat starts that something crazy happens today. It's some kind of water leak in the ceiling. I don't particularly know, but it's one of those like mysterious leaks that it's always dripping and no one's here. And so we don't really know where it's coming from. And then today I was doing water changes and I heard this gush of water. And I peeked around the other side of the fish room and it was coming from somewhere in the upstairs bathroom. So we're trying to figure out that. But I think
it's not horrible. It's just a horrible, random weird. It's going to take more to figure out what it is and be more aggravating and time consuming than anything.
I don't know, but I feel like as fish keepers, you're more aggravated by water leaks or more stressed out. I don't know. Maybe it's in my head, but anything to do with leaky water, I'm like, oh my God.
Yes, John, it's a pipe leak. But the problem is, can't decide if it's a wastewater pipe leak or an actual water line pipe leak because it decides to do it at random times.
Random. It's really random.
And the other problem is the house is well built, but it has what is known as a wet wall. So all the pipes are in between one wall, and the only way for me to access it is to pull the toilet in the big bathroom, and I can pull a panel off and look in there. Or you have to tear apart your entire kitchen and pull all the cabinets off the walls, pull them away from the wall, and then you can look at it. So,
well, last year we took all the countertop off. We dug through that whole wall because it was wasn't it the same type of?
Yeah, same kind of thing.
Same kind of, and I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, so, and it's always like, no joke, like 20 minutes before the live chat starts that I'm just trying to make it look a little bit cleaned up because I've been cleaning algae all week and I got like a 5-gallon bucket of algae out of a fish room. So I was just filling up tanks and all of a sudden I heard this gush. I was like, no. So yeah, it's been one of those weeks.
Yeah.
But what's going on with you guys? Have you had a good week? Is all well? Is all good? What's going on?
Yeah. What is the topic?
Good news?
Topic concern? Anything you'd like to talk about?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about my water leak anymore right now.
No. I need someone's got some good news, hopefully. But besides cleaning up the fish room, that's about all that I've just been doing lately.
Well, you did randomly now. You pulled out the fish things we got that we were going to put somewhere else later, but then you decided to.
They're behind me. I got some fish decorations. Notes. I found them. I hid them from myself. I was putting up the Christmas decorations. I was like, oh, fish decorations. How cool. But I can't put them up down here with the concrete. I guess I could get those sticky tab hook things, but I think they would look really good behind the arowana, but they came from Hobby Lobby. They're just I don't find too many fish decorations at the store around here, so when I do, I try to gobble them all up.
Thank you, Mr. Bees. Appreciate it. Yeah, John, that's a good idea. I could do that. That is a good idea.
Yeah, diet to locate it. Would be smart.
That is one. That will work, but I'm still gonna end up having to rip into behind the toilet once I do find it, because that's where it's at.
I wanted to do some house renovations, but that wasn't where I wanted to do it.
But yeah, that'd help narrow it down for sure.
Oh, 5 pregnant guppies, Carrie. That's awesome. That is good news.
Yeah.
I found some new fry I got them from Jeff Rose Fish Keeping a long time ago, and I found some new fry in that 20 long tank when I was cleaning it, so I didn't clean it as well because I felt like they were using the bottom algae little clusters as hideouts, so I didn't clean that one as much, but I really have to stop myself because I could overclean the tank very easily, and I have to stop myself because the fry do so much better when I leave some of that, and the shrimp too, some of that algae just alone. But I do water changes now like every 2 weeks, and I don't take the razor blade to every part of the glass, just the front. I leave the sides kind and the back kind of alone, but that's good news about your guppy fry. Congratulations, or coming soon guppy fry. That's good news. I want to go fish shopping so bad, but I haven't. I get indecisive on what I want.
Oh, and everything's kind of going back on lockdown again.
Mm-hmm. My dad, he always watches the fish chat, so hi, Dad. But I'll probably go get him. He wants a couple things for Christmas for his fish tank. So I'll probably get some goodies for him. A bathtub drain split a few years ago. That sounds bad. Nothing with water. I don't know anything about anything. It's just all... I wish I did, but I don't. I wish I could help him more, but I just get in the way. I just bring towels and buckets. But the same day, like his car battery died. So out of nowhere, we had to go get the car battery fixed today.
That's not hard.
It's
I
not
just took
hard.
it out and went and got another battery.
But still, it's like
frustrating.
But you have to leave for work tomorrow at like 3:30 in the morning, and that's the last thing I wanted to deal with. My car won't start at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I won't get on my soapbox, but yeah, I'm working a crazy amount of hours out of town, long way away, and have to drive. Whew, it's rough.
Terry's tropical tanks. I bought so many fish the last 2 weeks. I have to let the card cool down. I know. That's what happened last time to me. I was like, man, I gotta wait for a while.
That's what happens to me when we had fish auctions.
Yes.
I'm a bad auction person.
Well, I would take him to tell me no. And then he got into it, and then no one told us no. And by the end of it, we had like a ridiculous...
And especially when it starts coming to plants and some of that stuff. Yeah.
Especially at the very end when it gets exciting, when everybody's kind of left and it's like that last handful of stuff and everything's a little bit cheaper and everybody goes crazy and you're like, ah! At first, the first couple times we went, I was too shy to like raise the paddle up, and now I'm not shy no more. I'm like, yeah.
She just keeps it stuck straight in the air.
I'm like, I'll take it all.
Hey, you got to remind her, honey, you're only betting against yourself this time. Oh, you can let the paddle down.
Mm-hmm. I want some more corridoras, but going to the fish auction is not the way to go because everybody pays. They were like $100 on the lowest. So, but I don't find too many corridors besides PetSmart around here. But I would like some more of them. I like to watch them. I don't have any right now.
I'm with John. Yeah, please keep the outdoors open as best you can for some of us that do like to go outside and fish and do things. Let's not shut down everything. We can social distance pretty easy out in nature.
Well, I do social distance in general. I think that's my problem. I think I need to socialize a little bit more. If they're not fish fam or fish related people, that's my social circle, and I'm okay with that. I just probably should reach out and talk to people more because I always feel like I'm intruding on their time if I reach out. But they always say that it's fun to chit chat, but I'm one of those that I feel people are busy, and yeah.
Where did it go? Yeah, Corey Fish Tank Barn. Corey's do well at auctions. Yes, they do. Them things go for ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's some of them guys that get way too excited, in my personal opinion.
Well, that's probably their job. They probably work for the fish stores or something, and they wait all year, like more so than I do. But, yeah.
Holly wants to know where we all go for the auctions.
We go to St. Louis. Our club is in St. Louis, which is like an hour and 45 minutes away from the house, maybe. But I know they were doing the trunk shows outside, but I didn't get the email to the day before. They had the last one, and yeah, I didn't make it. But I don't know if I think their weekly meetings are on web, and then they do the trunk shows every so often, but I could be wrong.
Oh, who is it? He would know. Your friend.
Fishy Biz?
Yeah, he would know.
I'm sure.
He would know because he's there. He goes to more of them.
I look for him every time I go. It's fun to talk to. I want to go back to it's in Sullivan. It's about 45 minutes away. It's where I got a few different fish in the past. Their newer store. They have all kinds of stuff. I want to make a trip back up there. And I know there's a new aquarium type, museum type place up in Branson. Just to go and check out would be fun eventually, but we never go up that way too often.
Yeah, Terry's Tropical Tanks. Yeah, now see, I'd make the drive to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that several times. That's a pretty easy run.
We
for
went
us.
to a few fish stores after Aquashella in Chicago, and they were really nice. I was like, man, these are so nice. This is nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the one he had, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The pond he had inside the store was.
Yeah, I want to try. I'm itching to travel when Christmas is over. Hopefully we recover from the Christmas. The kids, they get expensive more and more each year. But someday soon we'll travel around. I want to see a couple people's fish room if they'll have me, and a couple of new fish stores, just travel around. I think it'd be a fun.
Well, yeah, we're trying to figure out a road trip.
Something.
A road trip when everything kind of settles down, or everybody kind of gets comfortable with how it is, I guess.
Yeah, it'll be a while, but sometime I'll see everybody in person again. Hi, Select Tech. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks everybody for being in here. Hit that like button, please. Share it. I can only promote her so much. I try.
I still feel like I'm outside of I don't know. I don't feel like I'm part of the whole fish tuber thing because everybody to me is so much cooler in my head, but I try. The Indie has some good swaps as well. I'm up for anything. I want to try a few new species too. I feel like I've watched so many people care for so many amazing different types of cichlids that I'm going to get bit by the bug and try them again. I've had some in the past when I was in my 20s, and I honestly have no idea what kind they were. I just thought they were cool and picked them out, and they rearranged my tank so bad that I was just like, why? And then I gave them to one of my friends that had a bigger tank that loved them and had them for many, many, many years. So I might try them again, but something different, something cool.
Yeah, Holly says we go that way towards the Branson Aquarium. Let me know. Yeah, well, we usually get down more that way pretty regular. So,
well, we go to Springfield a lot, but we don't make the extra trip to Branson except every once in a great while. When I lived in Springfield, I did more. But I saw it on Facebook, and I was like, where did that come from? I want to go there. I was like, when did that
we'll have to look into that really hard. Because
take the kid.
Yeah, when we're down that way, it's not too much of a jump for us.
We need a good meetup in Tennessee or the West Kentucky so the Tennessee, Missouri, Indiana folks can meet up together. I know.
That'd be awesome, Select Pet.
It'd be great, too. I can't read very well because I can't see. But that, every time I listen to the live chats, and the group that lives in like the Tennessee area, all those cool folks, I'm like, I want to live there just so I can meet up too. And then Chris was Multi-Take Edition was talking about trying to get a meetup in the like Oregon type area where they're from. I was like, I want to go there too.
Well, apparently we live pretty close to Holly.
Yeah, I moved the live chat an hour later because I saw Priscilla was going and I wanted to watch her because she's so talented that I was like, I'll just move the chat because I didn't know and I didn't want to intrude on her stream. So I moved it. Hopefully no one's going right now. But I wanted to watch her. The only one
that's supposed to be going right now, we talked to.
We checked with.
So we
should be all good, but
yeah, all good. And unless he wants this spot back, we might go ahead and
keep it for a while
and try to keep this spot. I know people have been moving around spots a bunch, but
I know I have.
For me particularly, since she makes me come on this channel, folks.
He's good.
Sunday afternoon. As long as the Chiefs aren't playing right now, which they're not, this is a good time for me. It is my Sunday afternoon's my only part of a day to relax.
Mm-hmm. It was the only day I see him is a few hours on Saturday and then Sunday, and he like he says has no choice. And I saw she was still going, but I wasn't sure how long they were going, so I'm just trying, but I don't want to step on anybody's toes, and her artwork is worth watching. Oh, I did see another one. Do the kids enjoy the tanks? It just depends on the day. Sometimes they really come down here and they are fascinated and they want to help me feed everything. And then other days, they don't care. They use them as Nerf gun practice. They just use them as targets, I guess. His son, the 16-year-old, really enjoys feeding the arowana, but we don't see him very often. Whenever he decides to make his 10-minute appearance, and
he made an appearance today.
He usually comes and gets something he needs, or
he brought over his fabulous girlfriend. We talked for a little bit, had a good
we
conversation.
Got to meet her mom at Thanksgiving for a little bit. She was really nice.
Yeah.
It's weird he's dating. But he likes, I would say he definitely likes the feeding the bigger fish the most. He's not too enthused with the smaller ones, but I think the smaller kids like the smaller fish whenever they have it. Whenever.
Oh,
it just depends on the day, really.
I got to sidetrack you. I'm sorry. Terry says he's retiring on Kentucky Lake. Can I already pre-order crappie fillets, or how does that exactly work? If you're going to retire on Kentucky Lake, you're going to be in like the prime area.
I told him when I retire from whenever I got to find a long-term career probably, but when I retiring on a lake and just waking up and just seeing the lake and the sunrise and the sunset would definitely be something to work towards, or at least just having a boat, something. But we've got a long ways to go. Right now I have a degree in mom.
You have a degree in biology keeping me alive and mom.
Yeah, mom. That's the
mom's the hardest job and underpaid, no appreciation. I understand.
I just know that me and my sister spent a lot more time apologizing to my mother than we ever did in the past. We sometimes call her and we're just like, I'm sorry, just in general, for just anything and everything. I understand it now.
Yeah, I've been down on Kentucky Lake a couple times, Terry, and I have, oh my goodness, we slayed the crappie, and they were monsters. Absolutely loved it.
Mm-hmm.
That would definitely be my go-to for
it's fun. It's
retirement and fishing.
I've been watching one of the fishing shows yesterday. They were catching as soon as the hook was in the water. Wow. I get obsessed with watching those competitive like bass fishing shows. They're usually on Saturday or Sunday mornings, and every time they're on, I'm like, Jesse, I need a sponsor. I need a boat. I need to be like a fisherwoman and do this competitively. And I'm just weirdly obsessed with that. But I don't catch it all the time. But when I do, I watch it as long as I possibly. I don't know why I'm so fascinated by that, but it would be quite the. But they don't. I'm pretty sure they just go by weight and then they release them.
Mm-hmm. I just go by weight.
I love them.
John, I love the bass tournament shows too. Yeah.
I like bull riding. Like I'm weirdly obsessed with bull riding. I've been watching bull riding since I don't even know how little. They used to give me the VHS tapes of the PBR, like the year worth. Every year for Christmas, my entire life. And I don't know why I enjoy that so much. But his friend's little boy competes, and it's like I'm nervous for him, but it's so exciting.
Well, I'm going to answer Petro Man's question, and then I'm going to jump back on your topic. Petro Man, crappie is probably one of the best freshwater fish you can catch and eat. Unfortunately, but they're a beautiful fish. It's a really good time. It's just fun. It's all around fun. If you want a lot of labor intensive and sometimes very, very finicky, I know John would agree with me on this one. Yeah, do some serious trout fishing, especially like fly fishing. That's pretty. That's a little bit more work, and can be very finicky. But the NFR is on this week, the National Finals Rodeo, and those guys. If you guys haven't ever watched steer wrestling, barrel racing, team roping, bull riding, saddle bronc, bareback. It's the best of the best of all of the United States and other countries. Come in out of Canada, Mexico, the best of the best cowboys in the hemisphere.
See, I wasn't obsessed with the cowboys, which I probably, being that young, I probably was in a certain way, but I liked and was obsessed with like the bull lineage. And I remember when I was like 12 trying to convince my mom that we needed to raise like bucking bulls, and she's like, no. I was like, yeah, we do. Yeah. Fish Tank Barnes here. Welcome. He didn't go fishing this year. He was kind of bummed, and I don't know if I will ice fish this year. I don't know if I will ice fish ever, but hopefully you get to go. But I do like fishing. His son used to get the aquarium, or it was like the aquarium box stuff, but it was for tackle box stuff. I don't remember what it was called, but it was a fishing. He got all kinds of cool tackle stuff for his fish. He had a fancy backpack.
Oh yeah. Holly says my ex was a bull rider. Yeah, that's a special breed of stupid, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that's even what we call my buddies.
It's a
Kid.
term and endearment around
Yeah,
here.
it's a special breed of dumb.
It's not an insult.
No one wants to strap themselves to a 1,200-pound animal and ride it for 8 seconds and then go, I hope he doesn't decide to turn around and stomp me or run me over with his head and just keep jumping up and down on top of me. And I hope the bullfighters are on their game tonight.
So dangerous, but it's fun. I like to watch it.
That's a special type. Oh, John came back with the sunfish and perch. Yeah, that's another good one. Those are.
Yeah, we've kept them in the aquarium a time or two.
Yeah, those are so much fun to have in a real big aquarium. They're like little dogs.
Yeah, they were cute.
They run around and ask for food, and they're fun.
Yeah, they did really well until I got the bright idea to move them outside, and then the outside dogs appreciated them. Should have just left them alone.
Well, Terry, unfortunately, bud, we're in Missouri, and there's a lot of people that have bass boats, but 90% of us all have jet boats.
Yeah.
We're a bunch of river rats. We're a bunch of smallmouth bass guys, goggle eye, sun perch. And goggle eye would be classified as what you would call a rock bass. We like to do the hillbilly thing. How are you going to get over that really thin water? It's only like 2-3 inches deep. Well, what we're going to do here is go faster.
I've never been ice fishing, but my dad took me fishing one time. It was during the winter. It wasn't icy or anything, but it was snowy. And I was so cold that I was huddled too close to the lantern, and I burnt the entire front of my jacket. And I haven't went fishing during the winter months since. They got so mad at me because they had to buy me. And that was when everybody had to have the Adidas jackets. And they did not appreciate me burning or melting the entire front of my jacket. I think I was maybe 13 or 14. I went to Little Prairie Lake up by Mom's house, and it was snowy, it was cold, and I was cuddling that lantern.
Yeah, Terry, props are expensive. Well, lower units of any sort are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Impellers for jet boats aren't cheap either. You don't want to knock one of them off either. But they take a little bit more abuse. They can handle a little more abuse, I should say, than a prop can.
Multi-take addictions here. His ears, we were talking about you earlier. I was watching your chat earlier. Thank you for saying such nice things. He said that we were sweet and nice.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And your poly tank is, wow, congratulations. It looks great. And I cannot wait to see it. I know it's going to be a while. You were talking about it's going to be a little while, a couple weeks maybe before it's done, but I'm excited. It looked like props to you for doing that.
Oh, I got 2 more, and I'm going to butcher both of these names.
Nosky Tanks is here. Hello.
Oh, well, thank you for doing it, because I would have messed that one up.
Mm-hmm. I like that people think we're sweet.
I would have messed that up.
I try. I miss Aquashella, though. I miss hanging out with all you guys and like just seeing you in person. But someday.
If I like smallmouth, they have fish. Lay the St. Clair. All right.
Mhm.
No, yeah, down here, smallmouth or largemouth are for some of the real big lakes, but all the rivers are just. I mean, we got trophy smallmouth down here, so it's a smallmouth fisherman's dream, and lots of goggle eye, which are awesome eating. So we got a lot of little bitty rivers and a lot of creeks and streams. So you're either canoeing or you better have a jet boat, one or the other.
Hey, Chubbs, welcome. But yeah, it's not been too eventful around the fish room. Sorry, guys. We've just been cleaning algae because I'm such a good algae grower.
Well, Priscilla must be about wrapped up because I see mainly betas came in.
I was really trying not to go over, but I wasn't sure if she was going an hour or not. But she's another one that I'm missing in person. She's so cool.
Yeah, she's fun to talk to.
Hi, stupid people. I've seen you today in a couple chats, and I agree with everybody else. You do have a pretty cool name. They're doing water changes and rescaping. Yep. I need to rescape a few tanks. I need to try a little bit. I feel like I need to try a little harder in my aquascaping abilities, but I don't know why it's so difficult for me. I watched some of these tanks. They're just so beautiful. And then I tried. I'm like, I don't know. But I do have a few new guppy fry coming in a few of the tanks, and some of my swordtails, the females are getting really close. It seems like every day I look at them, I don't see how they can be much more pregnant, but hopefully I'll have some swordtail fry soon. The calico ones right behind Jessie at the bottom. Those right at the bottom is the female in that tank. Looks uncomfortably pregnant. But,
well, staying on our fishing topic, because we're on fishing apparently today.
I guess.
Yes, we have
I don't
trophy
ever
brown
have a
trout
topic.
areas as well. Yes.
If you guys have something you would like us to talk about, feel free to let us know.
Yeah, because otherwise we'll talk about the decorations behind Carrie that she decided to remind me about that she found when she was unpacking the Christmas tree.
I like it when I buy myself presents and then I hide them and then I re-find them, and it's like getting a new present all over again because you haven't seen it for so long. You're like, oh, that's awesome. It's like going shopping again without going shopping. It's like finding money in your jacket. And you're like, coffee money.
Yeah, everybody's done that. What's up, Monster Fish Gal?
Mm-hmm. Welcome. Hi. We need to talk about how I need to finish a video. I've been working on a video. And I've been saying I've been working on a video for a while, but I've honestly been working on a video. Just been so distracted with the kids. Can't read that one. It's all blurry.
I live minutes from some trophy small. Oh, you're talking my language, mainly bass. I live minutes from trophy smallmouth bass.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, wild brook trout. Oh, yeah. You're in northern Maine, you lucky sucker.
My dad went up there when he was surveying when I was a kid and stayed for a month, and he loved it. I've never been to Maine.
John says I charge the air stones in my 160 gallon cichlid tank, lots of little shell dwellers under the rocks.
Oh, I like those shell dwellers. They're cute, but I haven't had them. I always hear everybody talking about all the different types of shells and stuff, and I've just kind of been intimidated to try them, but they're so cute.
She says, except the snow. Well, everywhere I go,
yeah,
snow and cold. No big deal.
He gets along with the winter.
I don't get along. I tolerate.
He works outside in it, so I just stay home. I stay home in general, but I really stay home if there's snow on the ground. I can't drive in it. But they were talking about snow. We get a lot of snowy ice. It's like half snow and half ice concoction mixture. So that where he goes for work, it's more large amounts of snow.
Yeah. Well, Petroman gets to do something that I've always liked to do.
The saltwater fishing.
The saltwater fishing.
When we went to the beach it was our first time going to the beach this summer and seeing the ocean. We went somewhere, a marina, to eat, and someone had caught these humongous, I don't know if they were tuna.
They were tuna.
They were like 4 feet long, and I was just like in amazement. I was like, I've seen fish like that on TV, but I've never seen anything like that just in person. And I was just like, oh my gosh. I was just watching. I was sitting there just infatuated by how large that was. Yeah. But we want to go one of these times again if we ever make it back. It was down in the Gulf Shores. But
it was
something. I get why people go on these vacation things, let me tell you. I was like, I get this now. This is nice, this whole vacation thing.
Howdy, Kayla.
Hi. Yeah, better than that.
I'm reading. They're talking about so much fish.
Mm-hmm. Well, feel free to read it because it's blurry.
Danikin.
I tell him he has to read it out loud.
Danikin, we catch rockfish, greenling. Oh my god! Oh, all fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All fun stuff.
We need to talk about and share.
Oh, there you go. There's John Larson, a bluefin tuna. See, that'd be the highlight of probably my lifetime.
We need to talk about how I forgot to put on the netting on the pond and how the pond is so full of leaves and the water's so cold that we need to go outside the pond and scoop up some leaves because usually I like to leave them, but it's just completely full of leaves. Hi, Priscilla.
Hey, Priscilla.
I wanted to message you to are you going to go at 3:00 on Sundays? Because if you are, I'm going to move my stream so I don't go at the same time you are. So I need to remind myself to message you just to double check because I don't want to take away from your stream. But I feel like I've moved my stream and I'm just trying to find a spot because like he said, I want him here and he's not here on Fridays right now. And the Sunday lineup are cool. I like the Sunday lineup. Be part of the gang. I was going at 3, but I didn't know that you were going at 3. So I checked with Amber and she said for right now everything's cool. So I will just leave you at 3 and go after you.
Yeah. Yeah, we were at 3 Central, but we can
I
go
saw you and I was like,
Central.
oh no. I can't. I wanted to watch your stream. I didn't want to miss it.
Oh, they're jumping back and forth about bluefin and yellowfin. Either one.
Yeah. I'm such a klutz though. If I go like deep sea fishing. I'd have to make sure I don't fall off the boat or something. I can't. I'm cleaning up this room, his game room, and making it all nice because the summer tubs that we brought in are in there. And because the tubs are in there, I want the room to look nice. And I can't do anything without hurting myself. Try to do too many things at once and I don't accomplish anything. Hi, manes, tails, furs, and fins. Hello.
How's it going?
This is another one that has a really cool name. I was looking for it. Sounds good. Okay. So what else do you want to talk
Priscilla
about?
says she's flexible. Thank
Me
you,
too.
Priscilla. We are too.
Mm-hmm. I have no.
Anytime on Sunday around now, you and her can work that out because I just have to be seated in this position.
I'm just telling.
Otherwise, I get
minutes,
yelled at.
10 minutes. Well, you don't get yelled at. I'm just 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
All right, folks. Yeah,
I'm usually honestly yelling at the kids. Pick one device. One device for 45 minutes. Share one device so I can have some Wi-Fi. If anybody's getting yelled at, honestly, it's you don't need 4 devices on.
Danikin. Yeah, fresh. Yeah, you can't beat fresh. It's impossible.
Mm-mm.
That's.
I don't normally enjoy seafood on a regular basis, but we went to the ocean. It was just you have.
I got her to try some stuff.
Good.
She said I wouldn't try that.
Well, I told him on the way down there, I'm like, is it okay if we try to find a spot and we can try some? Because I feel like if there's a place to eat it at, it's here. But the one thing this is completely even more off topic than everything else, but whatever. There was a thunderstorm there, and we're used to having thunder and lightning and all the time around here. But that lightning on the ocean when it hit was that was something. It was beautiful, but it was just okay, that's intense. It's intense here, but nothing like that lightning on. It was crazy. Yeah, the kids. I love them to death. I was surprised they did help me clean up that room. They trashed it, and then all of a sudden they cleaned it up, and I was like, well, thank you. But Santa's watching right now.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's that time of year. Well, speaking of Santa, manes, tails, and furs, got one for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you the Fish Fam Secret Santa?
I am not, but I will participate. I didn't know. I will be hands down. I will. That sounds fun. I thought that there was a Christmas card list not too long ago, but I can't remember if there was or not. And we had planned out we were going to come down here and take a family picture, but the family's out in the house at one time anymore to take a picture. There's always one that's not here. So I was like, we'll have to plan it a year in advance to get a Christmas card. My sister's Christmas card this year was so cute. I was like, we need to do that. But yeah.
Much better. Oh, yeah.
You did cards last year. See, I need to just get over this fear of not. I just feel like everybody's busy and I don't know.
And she doesn't like taking pictures.
Well, I'm talking about the Fish Fam, the card list, getting involved in stuff because I don't know, it comes from, when I was a kid, I guess. Just never wanted to intrude on anybody's time because everybody's busy. So even just a simple message, sometimes I'll have it typed out and I'm like, well, they're probably at work right now.
Well,
and then I forget.
They can read it when they want to.
I know. That's just me.
And luckily now,
why
you're locked in the house all the time anyway.
My friend's circle is so small.
You've self-quarantined for 37 years.
Well, don't add a year. I'm happy with 36. I'm not even. We did celebrate. We always celebrate my sister's birthday a year off. She's like, "This is great, guys, but that's next birthday." We do that to my sister all the time. But we do need to do it.
That's awesome. Select pet. She said local family got their cards in. They sent them to them, and it was a picture of a different family.
That works.
I so would mail those out and then put a Sharpie letter on the back.
Mm-hmm. Well, if I was more talented at Photoshop, I would just take a picture of who's ever here and just Photoshop them all in the same picture and call it good. We did it, but I don't even know how to pull up Photoshop. I pull it up and I'm like, that's what I know.
Oh, that's awesome. That's hilarious. Oh, I could have so much fun with that. Well, we couldn't get everybody together, so we went ahead and paid somebody else to stand in for us.
Just use those sample things in the Photoshop frames that are already done.
Yep, just like when you buy a picture frame and there's a cute picture of a family in it. This'll work. This'll do. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
I'm good just to get the Christmas tree up. Much less planning stuff. I put my son's handprints on the tree skirt each year, and we always trace it, and then I put it on there, and I was 3 years behind, so I'd sit there and trace his handprints that we had on paper on the tree skirt, and I was like, I didn't realize I was so far behind. I'm like, geez. I don't know why, but I try to do too many things at once, and then at the end of the day, nothing officially gets done. And I need to not do that. Who wants coffee?
Carrie.
I always want coffee. The Starbucks people, I'm there so much that they just feel comfortable telling me about all the bad customers that they've had in the course of the day. I'm like, okay. I'm glad you feel so comfortable, but I'm there way too much. I've tried to recreate that dang latte so many times. Let me tell you, I just can't do it. I always get the white chocolate mocha with an extra espresso shot. And he rolls his eyes at me each time. But he's good because he treats me well because he's gone like 30 minutes out of his way just to pick one up for me one time.
You guys don't want to see her without her daily Starbucks.
That's the one thing. Like, my whole day consists of helping and keeping the family alive and doing everything. And that Starbucks drink in the morning is the one thing that I look forward to for me. That's my time to sit there and enjoy my latte. And I look forward to it. And the Starbucks here sometimes is just spontaneously closed, just randomly. And I'm like, no. And that's why I've tried to recreate it here. But I've gotten close.
Oh.
But I will have to say, getting back on kind of our topic, that the tubs outside, the 2 300-gallon tubs, that one has frozen over once just with a light little frost, and the mosquito fish are still good, but they're used to being outside because they were wild caught. And the white cloud minnows, it hasn't frozen by any means. It's cold, and they're still doing really well. But the outside pond we really need to clean. It's full of leaves. I need to scoop that out.
It's doing really
But
well.
it's cold. But the fish are still doing
It's more
good.
of a mulch pile.
Mm-hmm. But the koi, they bury down and all that, so that's why I've left it. But this year it's really bad. But they've buried themselves down in it. They seem like they're still doing good. I kind of stopped feeding them because I don't usually feed them but every once in a while in the winter. Because their metabolism, I'm assuming, slows down. They just don't need it, but they seem like they're doing really well, but they're buried down. You see their a little tail here and there, and that one big goldfish that's out there. But I have turned off the filter. The only thing that's left going in that is the bubble stone, the air stone. I did turn off because it was just every couple of days, it was just getting gunked up with all those leaves, so I just turned it off. But there is still a big it's a pretty large air zone in that pond. And I don't think there's a little solar fountain in the mosquito fish one. And there's a small air stone in the white cloud minnow pond or tub. But they're all doing really well. It's just full of leaves.
Indoor fishing, I spilled the coffee.
I love coffee. It's I
mean, I don't see how it would. I mean, you had supercharged fish for a little bit. Mm-hmm. If there was any fish in there. Mm-hmm. Hello from the Ukraine.
Hello. The one thing that I do find in the fish room all the time, and it doesn't seem to affect the fish, is those dang Nerf gun bullets. They don't seem to affect anything. And there's a little bit of Gatorade that accidentally got spilled into one of the tubs in the game room, or the smaller summer tubs we brought in. And Brian, he felt bad, and it wasn't horrible, but the cat knocked off his Gatorade and a little bit of it went into the rice fish tub. But all is well.
They got their electrolytes for the day.
Yeah. But all is well. But I think that's the only thing I've recently spilled. Usually I just spill the old fish tank water on the floor. And
it doesn't take much for as many tanks as we have down here. There's always water on the floor somewhere.
Yeah. The new kitten, got a little too close for comfort to one of the tanks, and its tail end fell into the tank, and it hasn't really been around that particular tank too much lately. But the cat sometimes takes a little bit of a cat bath. This new kitten's a little bit more inquisitive over the water in the tank, where the last cat we had in the past just watched.
It was inquisitive, but it was about the fish.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. There's mainly nothing too overly exciting to share. I wish I had a bunch of news to share besides the water leak in the roof and the ceiling. But it's right on the other side of the fish room whatever's leaking.
Well, it's winter time and we're just kind of getting everything nailed down, locked down for the winter. Mm-hmm. Make sure everything's gonna survive and look for all the babies that we'll have through the winter.
I'm hoping to get some swordtails and platy fry soon. I just have my fingers crossed, but I feel like the swordtails are closer. I'm hoping, but I have been doing a little bit more of a slightly cold water change every couple of weeks on them, but it's not been very much. It's just been small little water changes. So if you guys have any advice or something I should do better, let me know. I get guppy fry a lot more frequently than the swordtails and the platies and the mollies.
They seem to want to hold on to them.
Mm-hmm. And the Mica Splendens, I believe that's how you say it. I've gotten one small little batch of fry from them, but I think there's probably only like 5 or 6 that's grown out of those that I need to share with you guys.
You're getting a few in there.
A few. But I have a heater in that tank, but it's unplugged. I don't have any heat. So when I do show you that tank, I do have a heater in there, but it's not plugged in. Yeah.
Oh, where do we live? Missouri.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
But I believe next up on the chat is Father Fish and then Susie, or Q Aquatics. I always call her Susie Q, but Q Aquatics is coming on 6 my time, and then Father Fish is here in the next few minutes at 5. But if you guys know who else is going, just leave it in the chat. So for one, I know where I'm going and where I can talk to you guys too in the next chat. I like Sunday chats. Where was it? They were doing laundry. Yeah. I usually clean the fish room, do laundry, dishes, and then lurk
and listen. Lurking and listening.
But I always look forward to all the chats. It keeps me and honestly keeps me sane. I really look forward to them.
Last minute or two, hit that like button, guys. We appreciate it. Tonight.
I missed her last one.
Haley will be on tonight. Oddball.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes, and Danikin comes on at 9 Eastern.
Okay.
So I always listen to the very no joke, the first 10 minutes, and then I'm out. And one of these days I'm going to make it through the whole chat. I'm one of those that as long as I'm moving, I'm good. But just like when I sit down for this chat, it's the first time I really sit down all day, and I get really tired. And I used to give my dad so much grief about it. Every time you sit down, you fall asleep. But now I'm the same way. As long as I'm moving, cleaning, doing something, I'm good. But the moment I sit down, but the kids and Jesse and me has been in the Mandalorian and watching all those, and I have to really stay awake. But
Christmas party streaming. I'm reading that out. We gotta choose a host that's cool.
Christmas chat party. That sounds fun. After the kids open their presents and we put everything together, I'm ready for a fish chat. I really am. So hopefully it's a long one. But if you guys like this time, we'll keep it for a little while. I know it works good. Sundays just overall work better for me because I want Jesse here. So I will see you guys next week. I believe Mary Page is going to be here next week. I'm still working out the details, but I believe she's going to be here next week with us. So
sweet.
Hopefully. But we will see you guys next week. And I will see you guys later on in the chats. And
Father Fish is next. Thank you, and Monster Fish Gal.
I will keep you posted on the water lake. I don't know. But thank you guys. Danikin. You want to say anything before we go?
Nope. I was just saying bye.
Bye, guys. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and chit-chatting with us. It's so fun. So thank you so much. And we will see you next week.
Peace.
Bye, guys.